13-14 to them.
Well, it's like what we've been talking about as far as like a personal level for nothing. When nothing is playing amazing, that's when the rest of your team should be playing amazing as well, because it's not every day that nothing is able to drop these 30 bombs. I mean, he's still capable, but it's still, you know, a once-in-a-blue moon kind of thing. So if nothing is stepping up and dropping those kinds of kills, that's when Cloud9 should be at their most dangerous. That's when everything should just be firing on all cylinders, and they should just be mowing over teams. And yet somehow, you know, the Shroud, the Skadoodle, well, I mean, that's the thing. The Shroud, at least, doesn't quite get up there. He's just more of this consistent line. What we're looking at right now, because of this recent roster change, of course, you know, the NA Cuddle, it's just Skadoodle and Freakazoid are the new additions. Skadoodle, we know what he's capable of, and he's shown us what he's capable of. He still seems to have a pretty damn high level. It's Freakazoid that we're all kind of watching and waiting, holding our breath to see, is he going to get back up to that level that he had at the beginning of CSGO when he was actually, you know, wrecking house.
Well, as we know, Freakazoid is very familiar with these players, obviously back from Complexity when he used to play with them. But here we have Cloud9 going incredibly aggressive towards A main. It was Skadoodle trying to get that entry frag, battling against Kenny S, but it looks like you were talking about Cloud9 looking to go for execution play, but it looks like it's going to be Titan who are going to be looking to execute on towards the A-bomb site here.
Yeah, well, this is their style, right? They do actually tend to go for the setup plays, and they've got the smokes as well into this A site. They did spot the man over in NBK corner, so there's a little bit of information there gained, but it is going to be Skadoodle to start things off. Takes out Apex, the entry fragger for Titan. And so far, Titan's still trying to find a way onto the site. They're still trying to spot somebody. And when they do, Maniac gets the kill. Skadoodle is down. It's nothing still alive on this site. He gets tagged up, however, he's very low, but he does manage to reload, and he's got a teammate there to help him as well. Sean Gare's not going to be able to get much out of it. It is still going to be a man advantage here for Titan.
Oh, it was great play from Kenny S. He is going to plant the bomb, but the nade just about missed him. Freak knows that Kenny S is going to be in and around that plant area, but he's trying to climb up on the red container. And Existence could find himself in a 1v1. He will get the headshot. They're going to know exactly where Shroud is, and the round does indeed go to Titan 1-0.
Well, I should say, everything just went according to plan there. They managed to get over the first hurdle, which was Skadoodle behind the forklift, and then from there on out, they were able to just collapse onto that site. Two players wrapping around very quickly together through Squeak Door onto that site. So even if there were two players trying to establish a crossfire there for Cloud9, one of them died so quickly that the other one couldn't really get in. And then, of course, the short wraparound from Titan. You see everything just falling in place. And this is the difference here between Titan and Cloud9. Titan, they have that polish. They've been together long enough now to refine their plays, their pistol rounds, their executes. Whereas Cloud9, with two new members, they're still trying to figure out all of that out. Who's watching what? Whose tendency is to do what? This is a standard cleanup basically coming in here. Although Sean Gares is doing some tremendous damage here, not going to be able to get the kill, and 4 players survive for Titan, so that's perfectly fine as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, Cloud9 actually stacked that B-bomb site as well, and regardless, even though they only had pistols, obviously the SMGs reigned supreme in that case, so we're probably going to see Cloud9 maybe buy a few 5.7s, stick on P250s, and buy up come the next round. They're not going to force it up. Meanwhile, Titan, Apex is just going to keep the Tech 9, RPK and Kenny with submachine guns, and of course, if they manage to get some frags, as we obviously will expect them to, that'll do their economy a world of good.
Oh, and not a whole lot to speak of, essentially, here. I mean, Cloud9 kind of leave B site open right now with the focus on mid. They're expecting Titan to send some people through here. With P250s, they could be dangerous. They could be a threat. As far as Shroud is concerned, Maniac with the wall bang through Squeak. That is big. Flash in, however, into Garage, and Sean Garris is going to pick up the first kill there on mid.
Yeah, he will. Apex, though, he knew where Sean Garris was coming from. He's going to take him on with the Tech 9, gets the headshot. Kenny S says, merci beaucoup on the A-bomb site. Double coming in. And now that leaves the man in the tank top, the man with the muscles in Freakazoid all alone. And obviously, Titan more than aware of his position. And they're going to go to the opposite bomb site.
Yeah, so safe plant here, no problem at all for Titan. And still, I mean, with the kills that they're managing to pick up with the SMGs, it's not the end of the world that they're losing these kills either. I mean, Kenny could potentially have the money to go for an AWP right off the bat here in the 4th round buy when it comes up. But a fresh smoke goes down on CT, so Freakazoid, this is pretty much all he can do at this situation. Smoke clears, and he just has to hold these angles and hope that he can actually try and hold somebody onto this site. But he's going to get overwhelmed, and what's worse is it's RPK with that MP7 that gets the kill. So a bonus $300 going into RPK's pocket. We can see him up at $6,400 now in this 4th round, which is a ludicrous amount of money. And RPK, are you really going to hold on to that MP7? I mean, I know you can tap with it. Seriously, like RPK actually uses the SMGs as if they were rifles, but he goes ahead, he gets a rifle instead, so it's not the end of the world. I was about to just, you know, kind of wonder.
There we go, the Challenger update. Liquid getting a map against Fnatic and getting a point as well.
Well then, redemption for the North American seed.
Now, any of us were expecting that, and there is the opener from Apex onto Shroud on this A-bomb site. It will now leave Sean Gerzel by himself, and as a result of that frag, Cloud9 now need to change their setup. They've rotated an extra man towards A.
And in true Titan fashion, no speed up behind this, taking their time. This is like since time immemorial. Titan, when they get the entry frag, they sit and they wait and they force Cloud9 to sweat. They force their opponents to rotate around to try to make the correct call. Giving up a frag, however, is not part of the plan. So Maniac getting picked off in Squeak Door, that's something that Titan are now going to have to account for. But two guys on short here, or no, one guy on short, two in CT. Sean Gerzel's taking a little bit of a risk, still managing to pick that bomb up. He's going to be able to drop one man, runs out of bullets, could get the other one, but Kenny gets the jump shot with the Tech 9. Obscene kill there.
A great play from Kenny, and now Titan, they still need to pick up this bomb, and Kenny not in an ideal situation with this AWP, but Kenny most of the time, regardless what position he's in, he can work magic with that magic stick of his. And Semler, it looks like they're going to go to B, but they're going to run into Skadoodle.
And there's a shot from Skills. He's not going to be able to pick that up. They do manage to go jumping past in that smoke. He misses his timing. Flash is there as well. Full flash. But luckily for him, nothing is there to stop that plant from happening. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. It's ticking down. And there's not going to be enough time here. Nothing wins the round for Cloud9. That is it. That is all he had to do. With 2 seconds left, RPK needs to get the kill. And it's not meant to be this time. Freakazoid will live in CT. RPK gets the shot at the end. So there will be no money saves for Cloud9. But they're on the board.
Yeah, RPK added insult to injury with that frag. And Cloud9 here, interesting decision. They've opted to force up. Obviously, they don't have to buy a helmet because they're only up against the AK-47. Skadoodle, though, only on a 5.7. But they do have a lot of smokes that Cloud9 could potentially use here to cut off areas like mid, maybe push up under boost, cut off areas like A main. But it looks like Freakazoid is going to go aggressive, and he's going to get the headshot. There is the opener. There's first blood for the Americans.
Oh, that's the strong start here in this important round. This round could actually cost Titan, could force them into a bit of an awkward buy situation in the next round if Cloud9 were to pick it up. And Skadoodle, I'm not that concerned about him being on the 5.7. He's already shown that he's quite capable of picking up just an insane number of kills with that pistol. Seems like every time he gets it, he's pulling out a double kill somehow. So, you know, we'll see what Scott's capable of. He could actually get up close, and from the position he's playing on forklift, that 5.7 is lethal. We'll see if Titan decide to head over there, however, because for now at least, they're still kind of setting up to clear out mid, and they're kind of showing, you know, basically that they want to go towards that B site by moving that bomb over into B hulls.
Yeah, Titan left mid control. That will, of course, give Cloud9 the gateway through vents into checkers, which will allow them to attack these CTs on the B bomb site from 2 different avenues. Freak got a headshot onto Maniac, but Apex returns it, and King Kenny comes in with the AWP kill. And the B bomb site is now in Titan's hands, but if they're going to plant this bomb, they've got to get a move on because Cloud9 are hot on their tail.
Moving in right behind them. They're going to be able to go into checker. There's a man there. Look, that's Skadoodle going for the wall bang through. That's going to catch them off guard, and that actually opens things up here. Nothing trying to hunt down. He's got to get across this door, however. So long as Existence is alive, this poses to be a problem. Apex takes out one, and it's a 2-for-1 trade. Not going to be good enough. Sean Gerzel needed to get that kill on the man holding on site, and it is not meant to be. And at this point, he's going to walk right into the waiting arms of Apex, who is pleasantly sitting out in B halls for a free kill, and, well, Titan basically keep it from the brink. And this is a catastrophe for Cloud9, essentially. Look at this. They get reset to $1,400. Nothing you can see. He has $1,400. That is all that he has. So it looks like we have a bit of a mic problem coming up on Titan's side. So hopefully it's not going to take too long to sort out. We don't want... essentially, this is going to help Cloud9 more than it's going to help Titan, because Cloud9 want Titan to cool off a little bit here after that round, and Cloud9 now need a little bit of time to talk over what is going wrong here, because this is nearly a double eco situation for them. They might need to come up with something clever to do in the next round to try and catch Titan off guard if they want to invest in some 5.7s and some nades.
Yeah, the main issue for Cloud9 right now, they just haven't been able to accumulate much money to be able to work with. And obviously Titan on the cheaper T side, especially when Kenny has that AWP in hand, it's very difficult to counter, and you need as many defensive nades and so forth as possible. So obviously this will, like you said, this pause will allow Cloud9 to just chat between each other, come up with a different plan of action on how they want to try and stop the Titans making their way into the 2 bomb sites. And it's safe to say that they've had quite a lot of success on both bomb sites based off of what we've seen so far.
Titan are a very capable cash team as well, though. That's the difficult thing, and it was brought up by the analysts before this match, the fact that, you know, sometimes Cloud9, the map that they feel comfortable on, it's what the other team feels comfortable on, and well, that other team has a bit more experience on it, or they have players who are hitting harder. Any number of things can happen where it's just going to make Cloud9's life a bit difficult. But we're back live into the game now, unpaused, and it is going to be a hard eco here from Cloud9. So they really, I mean, they have a single flash, and they're going to be stacked up over on this B site. Bit of a gamble coming out from Cloud9. All 5 members here, but Titan haven't walked into it quite yet. We'll see when they decide to spring the trap here, or if they're going to have to just call for the rotate eventually.
Yeah, the vents do belong to Titan now, but there's no CTs on the larger A bomb site. Cloud9 going aggressive. They're going to know that RPK is hiding at Toxic, and Apex, he could either make this work brilliantly, or he could be walking into his grave, and you know what? He's going to make it work great against the eco, and yet again, the B bomb site is in the hands of Titan. And there was not much Cloud9 could have done there with just the pistols. They went for the stack, they guessed on the right bomb site, but they didn't even get a frag.
No, that's the thing. They started pushing around with that. They started to try and, you know, get information, or perhaps try to bait Titan in with that single kill. You know, Sean jumps into B halls. He's like, I'm dead. That's the B defense weak, and come to the B site, right? And unfortunately, his teammates, yeah, they just couldn't step up and get the kills. Don't think that Cloud9 are going to force here in this situation. It's still early on. We're just now getting into the mid of the half, so if they decide to take the risk and go for FAMASs, I think that would actually be a mistake. And yeah, they're going to stick on P250s for another round. It's very rare these days to actually see teams go for the full double eco like this. You know, usually you'll have teams that are showing a bit more of an envy style of play, where they just, as soon as they pass that $3,000 mark, they're going for some kind of 5-7 combination, even SMGs, so, or scouts, you know, looking at you, MBK. But Cloud9, they will stick to the pistols this round, and it's going to come down to the 8th round essentially for them.
Well, let's see whether the Cloud9 way of play is going to work for them. Kenny S, he's being pushed here from A main. He's down to 44 HP. Maniac will get the headshot through the doors. And Cloud9 here, again, they find themselves pretty much climbing a very, very steep hill. There's not much they can do with just these pistols. Apex will most likely get this frag in Z. No, he won't. So Shroud will pick up... I take that back, there's the commentator's curse. He won't pick up the AK-47. Freakazoid's going to go for it, and if he can salvage this AK, then it might be okay. But Existence, all his years of experience, he knew where that AK was. He knew that final Cloud9 player was going to try and pick it up, and he made sure he didn't.
It's the big wriggly worm on the hook at that point. And Freakazoid, he was a big fish, a trout, you know, just tried to go for it, and it wasn't good enough. Existence was there, and that is going to be another round that Titan, well, they managed to stabilize. They only give up 1. That's not going to be the end of the world for them. Maniac got a chance to pad some stats a little bit, and now we go into the all-important round, essentially, for Cloud9. 8 rounds in, 6-1, Titan in the lead, and Shroud already down to 32 HP, trying to go for the aggro push up the top mid. They've got that triangle going right now because they've got a double AWP play. And look at this boost from Sean. This is not a common position at all. This could really work well. Apart from that flash, however, that's going to hurt things, and Kenny going for a boost of his own over in A halls.
It's now the battle of the AWPers. It's the battle of Kenny versus Sean here towards MBK on the A bomb site. We can see Kenny S pre-firing that upper spot, almost like he may have spotted a few Cloud9 demos. He knows that it's a spot that a lot of his opponents, particularly AWPers, like to play, hence why he was pre-firing it. But at the moment, Semler, these defensive smokes are just keeping Titan at bay.
And they will run out eventually, and as soon as they do, there it is. Kenny managed to land the shot. Maniac follows up, takes out Freakazoid, who was playing on upper, and this is now going to completely fall apart for Cloud9. Down 2 men, Titan just walking over them right now. And this is a very brutal situation, but with 35 seconds left, they could potentially find Titan making a mistake until they peek into main halls, give Kenny that kill, and it's going to come down to Skadoodle, who misses that shot point blank on a Maniac. Nothing, there really is nothing he can do in this situation. He needs to back off, save his gun, and basically bank on the next round, because that was a free round, as free as it gets for Titan.
Well, again, the issue was that Cloud9, they had so many players in and around that A-bomb site, and they failed to get 1 kill on the CT side. And nothing, he is going to get this entry frag, but the problem now is it will give away his position. There is a Titan player hot on Nothing's tail, and wow, Nothing will still get the headshot. But again, its priority now is to try and save this M4.
That was very nicely done there by Nothing. He's going to get boxed in here, however. Let's see if he can actually land a shot. Does manage to get the follow-up on a Kenny. This is turning into a very expensive round for Titan. Nade combo, Nothing with the quad kill so far. And I think we just reached a breaking point. Existence, he sent his troops in. He says, well, you know what, I'm going to have to go and write to recruiting because I need more troops. That's not worth it. I mean, as far as they're concerned, they have so much money, but that is insane. They have to drop $7 grand on Kenny getting an AWP again. Everybody has to full buy. Very expensive hunt there for Titan. That definitely didn't go their way.
Yeah, but Cloud9, obviously nothing held on to the M4. The rest of Cloud9, again, they could have force bought to perhaps try and level things up, level their economy with nothing, make sure they have a bit of firepower to work with. But no, they've opted to go with the P250s again, and on paper, you'd still expect this to really go A1, but look at this. Nothing has been boosted above mid. He will go around the back of A main and get the headshot onto Maniac. It's 2 players who pushed A main. They've now cleared out that part, but there's no players on B, and I'm sure it will click now for Cloud9, sorry, that Titan are indeed heading towards the smaller bomb site.
And they're going to head on in there. Apex manages to make it past onto CT, going to clear out that site, spots nobody there. Shroud in a pre-fireable position, and as I say it, RPK puts a bullet up there just to be safe. Shroud is gone. And that is really just experience on the map right there. Skadoodle goes charging through the smoke, however, picks up a kill, nothing up high, manages to turn this into a 1v2, and then Kenny steps in, manages to land a fairly standard shot for him. So 8 rounds on the board now for Titan. Cloud9 still sitting at 1. And it is now or never, essentially, for them. This is now the point of no return. They have to get past this. They have to stop Titan right here and start getting rounds on the board, get up to 7 rounds on CT side. We could expect to see more, teams actually get up to 8 or 9 rounds on T side, but you have to be fantastic on your own T side. One thing to keep in mind here is that Titan have been a little shaky on their CT side recently on different maps. Not necessarily this one, but in general, it seems like they've been trying to figure things out a little bit more on their CT side, not having Kenny's op to rely on consistently. So there's still hope. There's still a glimmer. But for there to be a chance, Cloud9 need to step up right now.
Most certainly do, especially as they are a man down, and Kenny, I think he may have spotted Sean. He's looking for him, but he will fall back. And Sean most certainly living to fight another day. But here, Cloud9, sure, they've got 2 AWP players. Do Titan know that? Most likely do, and Kenny is so close to getting the wallbang onto Sean there. And now Cloud9, they've decided to put all their eggs in one basket. They've got Shroud at mid, 1 player in Skadoodle, who's playing the quick rotate between B, between mid, and between A. And they've got another player who's holding the A bomb side, but it's not going to matter. Existence says see ya to Shroud. Molotov straight into Vents and Skadoodle here. Is he going to wait for backup? Is he going to fall back? Surely something's clicked now that Titan are going to be heading towards B.
Yeah, and that click is basically gamble up on A. If they run onto A, groovy. If they don't, it's fine. We hold on to the AWPs and we survive to fight another round with these expensive rifles. They need to keep both of these alive at this point for Cloud9. So that's the end all be all. Apex is on the hunt here, however, so hopefully they don't. Man,
that was
Skadoodle.
Close.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're so slow now when you walk around that corner. Sean Gares gets the flick onto Apex. I mean, you're so slow when you walk around scoped like Skadoodle just did, so easy shot for Apex to hit. And that's one of the AWPs now that is down. 4750 that's just been flushed down the drain. RPK is going to round the corner over here. We'll see if Sean Gares can hit that shot. Yes, he will. Fairly clean work from him. And Sean, you don't need to peek again. That he does, and Kenny is there. So, Bomb didn't even have, I mean, that was also just an extremely long time for him to try and hold because Apex got the information that he needed.
So Titan, again, the money's flowing. We've got Kenny S alone on over $10,000 and Existence almost on $12,000 as well. In Cloud9 now, they've lost so many rounds in a row that they have gotten a small economical boost, but they still have to sell with only FAMASs. They've not got enough defensive smokes. They've not got enough defensive Molotovs. But it makes you wonder whether Sean Gares, Skadoodle, and, well, Sean Gares and Skadoodle could have saved a bit more money by going only for armor, maybe then leaving the helmet out and investing in a proper M4, but whatever floats their boat in this case, it's their decision.
It's more like nades. Nades and a kit. They don't have any kit right now. They don't have any nades. You need nades to hold people out of sights, especially on cash. They're so important. Smoke goes down in B hall, so that's going to buy a little bit of time, but Kenny pre-firing that spot. Well, not pre-firing, but pre-aiming. And that's perfectly fine as well, because you do see teams, they have a tendency, some players have a tendency to do that. And we've already seen Cloud9 play cash today, or at least there is a map to go off of, so Titan have recent information, and Skadoodle's been doing that a lot on the A site. So Kenny, he did his homework, and he is able to pick up a kill there. Pop flash in, going to be effective enough to actually force the turn on Apex, and he gets picked up fairly easily there by Freakazoid. So for the first time in a long time, Cloud9 have an advantage in the round.
And it'd be so disappointing if they can't take advantage of what they've been gifted by the CSGO gods. They've got Maniac. They're going to hear him open this door. Has Freakazoid not heard him? He has now, but he will get the headshot. But Titan, are they going to head towards A or are they going to head towards B? Existence, his leash has been let loose at mid. He's pushing up. The CTs know this. Existence nails Shroud in the head. Goes for Sean Gares, but with only 9 seconds to go, RPK has no decision but to try and plant. He's only on 22 HP, and now Sean just has to play this smart. Try and figure out where exactly RPK is hiding on this bomb site. But he doesn't realize that RPK, they're stood right next to each other and RPK wins it. What was Sean doing? Sean should have done better there, especially after he heard the bomb going down.
He was gambling. He was looking towards the right. I mean, it's just 50-50 shot at that point, whether RPK walks left or right. Just no luck there for Sean, essentially. RPK chooses to walk around the site, and he gets shot in the side of the face. 10 rounds now on the board for Titan, 1 round for Cloud9. What are you going to do if you're Cloud9, though? I mean, at the end of the day, they're playing right now, but they aren't. And Freakazoid as well. That was a blow to him because he gets caught between a rock and a hard place. He knows there's a man in Squeak, and he knows they're pushing through main. He's in the worst possible position. He gets caught out. It's just these little positioning decisions made by Cloud9 that are getting them punished. Sean Gares, though, does pick up a nice kill there onto Maniac, so that's going to start things off strong for Cloud9. Once again, they have a bit of an advantage until Kenny brings it back. Sean getting caught in that corner. There we go. The aggressive Freakazoid that we need to see for Cloud9 steps in, brings it right back Cloud9's way.
Nothing. Into Checkers, headshot onto Apex. He knows from that flash that someone else is lurking by, so close to terminating him. And we were calling him the tank yesterday. And let's see whether he can live up to that expectation. He can't, and finally, Cloud9 can smile. They've got another round on the board. And look, if they can still salvage 10-5 out of this, maybe, just maybe, if they win the second half pistol, it won't be the end of the world for them just yet.
Exactly right. I mean, it's not over quite yet. Cloud9 could be very capable on the T side, and like I said earlier, Titan a little bit shaky on CT right now, so it's definitely not over until there's 16 rounds on the board for one of these teams. Look at this aggressive push by Freakazoid. He was feeling it. He wanted to go through that smoke, and he very nearly pulled it off. Existence only living with 12 HP, so a very close call there. But Cloud9, that's going to make them suffer a little bit. Great damage being dealt, however, with the HEs. Kenny down to half, and Apex close by. So this is still a decent situation for Cloud9. They could come out ahead here. They just have to deal with Maniac and Squeak. He needs to stop traumatizing them over there on that A site.
And he's done very well in doing that so far. Bomb has been left at mid. And Titan just taking it nice and slow. But we saw Cloud9 do this before. And it is going to be Shroud who's going to be boosted. But no, Existence waited. He waited and then got the headshot onto Shroud. And that will further split this Cloud9 defense.
The timing was there. Sean making noise on the ladder as well. And let's see. There's the peek. Readjusts, and now does he get the timing right? It's down to Maniac, and Maniac peeks out just in time to avoid it. So we're back to a bit of a standstill here. 3 players left for Cloud9. And Skadoodle, he's going for that peek, spots the man in Cubby, picks up that shot, is able to fall back behind that smoke as well. He's going to be able to change up his position onto this A side. Skadoodle, it's your time to shine. It's your moment now, and you could make the difference. They're all just basically going to start bum rushing onto this site. They line up for him, and there you go, Skadoodle. 2 kills, brings it back, and Maniac in Existence so very low. Shot up short, however, and now nothing knows. He's got everything he needs. He knows that there's a man on the site, there's a man on short. And he has to figure it out. Spots Maniac, drops that bomb, and he just needs to hightail it. If he runs away, he wins the round. There's no time for the bomb plant. Very well done there by Nothing. But most importantly, the damage being dealt by Skadoodle. 3 kills for him in that round.
Yeah, really interested that the actual player who went towards the A bomb site didn't go straight to the plant. Maybe he didn't know about the time and Existence. Maybe, I guess, he can argue that he should have sped things up. He was the one with high HP. He was the one with the M4. Maybe try and clear out the bomb site for the planter because they needed to get that bomb down. Otherwise, the time would have run out. But instead, he showed too much flesh. He was very low on HP. He didn't prioritize planting the bomb. And you know what? Nothing doesn't miss shots like that. And finally, Semler, I think this is the first time we've actually seen Titan on an eco.
Yeah, they've managed to, well, eco, I mean,
well,
force buy basically, yeah. Right? You know, it's like there's no such thing as ecos anymore, apart from when Cloud9 go for like the P250s, right? These days, Tech 9s, you're perfectly fine, you're perfectly lethal with it. And Skadoodle, though, he manages to pick up a kill over in A main, right? So this is now going to set it up. Apex straight up short, and there you go. Catches Skadoodle out. There's a second man alive on this site with 1 supporting from CT, so this is still possible for Cloud9 to recover from. Shroud, Nothing, and Freakazoid fairly low, however, and there's still the 2 rifles for Titan. They still have RPK, they still have Existence, but the timing is perfect. Freakazoid comes out of nowhere in CT and takes out Existence. Kenny S is now all alone. But if they close up on him close here, but this Tech 9, oh, look at this. Does he hit the timing right? Does Nothing jump in? Yes, he does. He gets spotted. And that's all Nothing wanted to do, actually. Just get eyes onto short and see if they could pick out where Kenny was playing from.
Yeah, and he has to make a decision now. He has picked up this M4. He has armor and the Tech 9, so in theory, he has invested quite heavily into this round. But it does look like he is going to go for it. If he does
the catch-all
die,
approach.
He's got 20 seconds to go, and at this tempo, I'm not too sure whether he'd be able to pick up the bomb, especially because he's got to try and take out 3 of these Cloud9 players. He might just be looking for an aggressive Titan, Cloud9 player to maybe get an exit frag and bag a bit of money, and obviously force Cloud9 to have to rebuy with an extra player, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, this is some next level play now from Kenny. So basically, stay alive, hold on to the gun, hold on to the Tech 9, keep whatever you can for the last round here. Goes for a little bit of a wallbang at the end. He's down to $100, but he's got his Tech 9. He can drop that for somebody else and make sure that he has the Kevlar. That means that they can have some extra nades to work with here, or even go so far as to get a Galil Kevlar. Existence has 3,600 in the bank, so there are options here for Titan in this last round. Existence going for the Tech 9. Really, is Kenny not going to pass that? Okay. Well, there's a little bit of, there were some options, but this is what Titan elect to go for. I think that they're just feeling perfectly in control right now with 10 rounds on T side, so they're having a good time.
Skadoodle missing the AWP shot, very unlike him. RPK going big with the Tech 9. You say he loves to tap with these weapons, Semler, and he tapped to perfection there on the A bomb site. RPK picking up an M4 as a result. Apex says thank you very much and takes an M4 as well. And because they all bought armor, this is almost like Apex and RPK have gone for a proper buy. They have the firepower to take on the rest of Cloud9, and Cloud9 now at a 2-man disadvantage. If Titan win this one, what a round.
This is it. I mean, this is how lethal they can be. Nothing getting caught out in that smoke. He spots out the man boosted up, but he's not going to be able to get that frag. Skadoodle, however, alive with that AWP on the A site. Long distance shot onto Maniac, and he will be able to pick that up. Already, the rotation coming out from nothing, however. He's going to be in CT, but the smoke goes down. Perfect smoke as well. He's not going to be able to do a thing about this, and he could very well get into that pre-fire spot again, but they don't even care. Oh, Molotov is there, and that... Somehow Apex finds that shot regardless. I thought that for a moment there might be a chance for nothing to have an impact. It's going to be Skadoodle now 1v3, and he walks right into a headshot from Existence. Anticlimactic finish to this round and to this half. 11-4. Titan just completely demolishing the North American team, Cloud9.
Yeah, great play from Titan. Very unlike Shroud as well. Only 5 frags for him. He normally plays superb alongside nothing on Cash, but Titan... Such a solid T side from them. Now going into the second half, Cloud9, they really need to win this pistol.
Trace, you can see the whites of his eyes. Look at that focus. Then come back to us.
And then the focus
hey
of
everybody. Yeah, so I mean, there isn't a whole lot to be said, essentially. Just Cloud9 at the beginning, clearly their heads weren't in the game. Every fight they took, they lost, essentially. When that's happening, it doesn't matter if you have the best strats in the world. Any team in the world will roll over you. So it seems like Cloud9, they were able to get a little bit going, but by then, Titan, once they get the bit in their teeth, once they get that confidence and that control, it's so difficult to deal with. And they are a very good cash team as well. That's something that needs to be said. But going into the second half now, Cloud9, they have a shot at it. They could bring this back. If they can pick up this pistol, anything is possible. So let's see. Going into it now, minute 30 left, and they've gathered up in the B halls. The one lurker on the other side, he's going to be trying to cause a little bit of a distraction here. That is nothing. And only one man showing himself, although they are changing up positions, so you don't want to give too much away there, Cloud9. You don't want to give Maniac too much to work off of. Look at this play from Titan, though. They've gathered up all on the B site. I mean, this could be the hard counter right here.
Yeah, it's almost like they're telepathic.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They're setting up for the pop flash, though. So 2 guys are going to go running around that corner extremely quickly. Maniac turns in time, though. The reactions on Maniac. And this is just a bait and switch. 1-for-1 trade, though. That's not good enough. And now RPK manages to chime in. The stack is working to perfection now. A little bit of a bump in the road. But RPK and Maniac, they stabilize. And before Cloud9 can fully commit with that bomb, they manage to back off. But the damage is done.
Damage is done, and Titan more than aware of what's going on. Unless nothing can get at least 1 frag here, he's going to get ganged up on by 2 players. He's got to fall back to short and try and stay alive. At least try and make sure that Skadoodle plants this bomb. If Skadoodle can get this bomb down, even if they lose this round, it might very well allow them to buy up on the 3rd round, which is most likely the approach they're going to take. Unless Skadoodle can clutch, of course. Superb headshot coming in. We've got Apex, who's very low on HP. Pulling the trigger is Skadoodle, but the Titan players are close by, and he does unfortunately hit the floor, and the defuse comes in.
with the defuse kit, so there will be time. Skadoodle, he did the best that he could in that situation. Nothing as well. You know, I was wondering if he had any nades left, but he had used everything in a fake, so there wasn't anything left for him, essentially. And when you take that kind of stand-up fight, when you have no Kevlar, that's the issue. You're facing 2 P2000s. I mean, you're just going to get aim punched into oblivion. That's what we saw happen with Nothing. And, well, Titan in a perfect position here to just continue to press forward. I love this from Cloud9, though. The true no-fear moment. Skadoodle just had enough to drop that AK for Nothing. Now we have a fully equipped Nothing, and it's the force buy from Cloud9. This is them attempting to catch Titan off guard.
I want to see how they use Skadoodle here. They could perhaps use him, for example, to try and push one bomb site by himself or push mid, try and get the information. But at the moment, it looks like they're going to try and use Nothing to make something out of a potential entry here at mid, just searching right, searching left, trying to see if he can spot a glimpse of one of these Titan players. And this AK-47 could do a heck of a load of damage up against these CTs.
He needs to be aware, though. This is a very common hold. This is a very common setup for Titan. They love to go for this. Titan, I mean, Apex holding up close to boost, RPK and Vents. Cloud9, if they've done their homework right, they know that this is a play that they will have to check for versus Titan. And we'll see. I mean, it's coming time. 50 seconds left. And there we go. Good. Nothing's already pre-aiming on Vents. He goes for the HE, but it's the worst possible timing. And Apex shoots them both out. RPK lives. Insult to injury. And it's going to be the rush onto the A site. Kenny already shutting them down. The timing for RPK to peek as Nothing goes for an HE. And Apex gets a quad kill in the round. I mean, that is pain. That is agony.
Not just a quad kill, but a quad kill with the MP7 as well, which is why his money is so healthy right now. And to add insult to injury, he picked up the AK-47 that Nothing bought, and Cloud9 now, pretty much 2 of them on Glocks. Well, no, yeah, 1 of them on a Glock. That is going to be Skadoodle, because he wants to save as much as he can to buy the AWP, because he is, of course, Cloud9's main AWP player, and the rest of the guys with a P250. But again, on paper here, Semler, you just... Can you really see Titan losing this one with when you consider how much firepower they have?
Yeah, at this point, no. Just because it's going to be, they're going to have such a huge cushion to play with, Titan. They have so much room for error. They'll be up on 14 rounds after this round unless there's something magical that happens from Cloud9 here. Headshot onto Kenny. That's not going to be, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world here. There's still Maniac alive on the site. Man rotates in on short as well. That's Maniac dropping the bomb, getting a second kill onto Skadoodle. There's the man in Squeak Door trying to put up a fight as well, but Shroud gets cleaned up by Maniac. Maniac is like, what, you're going to try and beat me from my own position? Come on, time for a nap, son. Take a nap. Like, there's nothing done. Cloud9, though, now, this is it. 10 rounds separating them. Titan up on 14 rounds, 4 rounds here for Cloud9. And, well, it's going to be full AKs, some nades, and now we get to see exactly what Cloud9 have in store for us here. They had the right idea the last time they had guns, so we'll see if they can get a proper read again.
Well, you said that Cloud9 told you they were going to be looking to pull off executions, but they just do not have enough smokes to do it. RPK gets the first blood kill onto Shroud. Skadoodle quick to return it, though. Apex, no fear, pushing straight up mid. Knew exactly where Skadoodle was because RPK told him, and now Freakazoid is going to try and even it out at 3 versus 3. He'll have called out there is someone in Z, but obviously what Cloud9 don't know now is that there is going to be someone on short, and they've got Kenny S with the AWP in quad. Any of these Cloud9 players pop up in main, I'm sure Kenny S will pull the trigger and send them back to T-spawn.
Oh, that is awkward. The timing there, Nothing still holding this position, hoping that somebody's going to peek from behind forklift once again, but that position is now opened up. Nobody there, nobody waiting. Instead, it's going to be a man holding solo on the site. And that is Kenny with that AWP. This could get brutal. Flash there. Apex changed it up, but Kenny lands the first shot onto Nothing. He's going to chain it up as well. Existence over on that B site. Alone. Wondering, hey guys, I want some frags too. I want some action. Freakazoid decides to take the fight to them and takes out Apex. Hunts down Kenny as well and gets the bomb plant to boot. Maniac, though. 2-on-2 scenario, and he's already up in A main. This could be brutal. There it is. But Sean Garrison hits the shot. 4 HP left on him.
They brought Freakazoid in to be their entry fragger, and it was him alongside Sean who managed to get the entry onto this bomb site, which opened everything up completely. But both Sean and Freak here very low on HP. But Existence, out goes the flash. He's going to hold on to this defuse. Pros don't fake, and Titan. Oh, Freakazoid. No, it was defused.
Titan wins the round.
Titan win, 15-4. And so unlucky, but genius play from Existence, and he was so fortunate that he had those nades as well. And I'm pretty sure after that, Semler, Cloud9 are just going to be shaking their heads.
Yeah, look at Nothing. Look at how long it's taking them to buy right now. that's going to hurt. Nothing. Skadoodle, they've got a full buy. So they do have the guns that they need, Cloud9, but do they have the spirit after that? Do they have the will? That is brutal. The closest second, I mean, that was dead on right there. It could have gone either way, it feels like.
Mustn't forget as well that this was Cloud9's pick, and the next map is going to be Inferno. And Titan, again, so solid on that map.
A long history there for Cloud9 as well. Always trying to force Inferno, but never quite able to get the map to work for them. So we'll see. Second map could be more of the same. It's going to come down to whether Cloud9 can weather the storm, essentially. Titan, I mean, perfect control. RPK picks off nothing already to start. And so now it gets awkward. Apex is going to set up for the jump, and he fails it. Apex, come on, man. Got to get on those jump maps. JW succeeded in that jump the other day, bro.
3 AKs and 1 AWP for Cloud9 as they look to try and sniff out a frag, and there it is, the entry fragger again in Freakazoid, but he wasn't expecting Titan to play with 2 players up close on mid. But Sean, he is going to flash into B. They're probably going to plant here, but the question at hand is, do they know Existence is here in checkers? And Apex is going to be coming in through the vent. Superb crossfire from Titan. Quick to pounce on the tail of Cloud9. And they're going to eventually run out of nades here. Those smokes are going to try and hold off Titan. But 3 versus 1. Skadoodle has a lot of work to do. And that's hopefully the start of it. Nade goes out. He's just waiting for these Frenchies to appear. Double from Skadoodle. He's only got 1 more to get on Maniac. Bomb is ticking at Skadoodle. 3 versus 1. And hopefully now that makes up for the last round, and they can use that to spur themselves on. They mustn't let their heads drop. Who knows, 15-15, or is it too early to call?
I think it's too early to call right now. Anything is possible in CS. That's the beauty of the game, but 10 rounds is a lot, especially on the least favorite side. On the less favorite side, that was magnificent. That's the kind of play that they need from Skadoodle. The fact that he picks up 3 like that from the back of the side, plays it perfectly. And now we need to see more of the same. Kenny, they're going to set up for a bit of the fun boost. Been a while, actually. We haven't seen Maniac go into this position yet this map, so first time. Of course, we haven't seen that many CT rounds out of Titan. But this is one of his favorite spots on the map. It's also another spot, basically, like Apex below boost. You need to worry about Maniac up boosted here, basically, on the A side. 3 players on this A side as well for Titan, so they really are trying to go for a bit of a read, bit of a gamble, seeing as how this is an eco for them.
Got to be careful, like you said. 3 CTs now on the A-bomb site. Existence playing mid, very passive, just from in front of the truck. It's almost like Titan, again, like they did on the pistol round, they were expecting Cloud9 to head towards the B-bomb site. And this time round, by the looks of things, they're probably going to try and split A. If these Cloud9 players go up short and Apex just pokes his head out with his P250, he could be in a great position to capitalize, and that's most likely what's going to happen.
Now, timing is going to be everything here. There's nothing looking behind him. There is a man watching his back as well. Skadoodle and lands that shot instantly. Freakazoid, Shroud, everybody getting a piece of the action. Shroud with 2, and now the last man dancing as best he can. Existence with that deagle gets naded down to 40 HP. A lot of damage dealt there. And now, the question is whether Cloud9 are going to be silly enough to hunt him, and I don't think that's going to be the case. Existence already backing off, trying to change up his angle. He might head into connector, into mid, perhaps. But for now, he waits. And that, basically, that's just Cloud9. Perfect execution, straight up short as well. There's very little that Maniac can do from his position boosted up. I mean, that's basically the hard counter to it. If you walk up short, first thing you're going to spot is a man up on top of those boxes. So just fairly ineffective setup there for Titan in the end. Shroud to pick up the last kill there. So, makes it 100,001 frags with that AK, I guess.
I was really impressed with how Skadoodle was aware that obviously Apex could have pushed through Z. He stayed back and he watched his teammates back. Even I missed him, and we can obviously see everything. So Cloud9, they've still got those weapons they had in the last round, but Titan, money is still tight here, but we know these FAMASs can be effective, particularly in the hands of players of Kenny S and Apex's quality. But the question at hand is, are Cloud9 going A or are they going B? It's looking like a B. Apex, though, does put it numerically in favor of the French, but Sean Gares with a headshot onto RPK, and let's see whether Existence can hold the incoming attack.
He's so powerful at playing this position right here. Kenny is also going to be able to come in through the vents, and they are gathered up. Skadoodle and Sean Gares back to back. The fighting ninjas, essentially. And Skadoodle, we'll see if he can actually bring some of the same magic over here. He gets spotted out, and now the wallbang comes through, and they're going to try and sneak their way out. Skadoodle given away. Sean, does he chuck that bomb up to him? Or does he actually attempt to fall back through B right now? I mean, seems like they want to commit to the B site regardless. What is the play here?
Maybe he's just sending Skadoodle to see if he can get a pick onto A. Sean Gares has fallen back now, and he's probably going to just wait at mid. Just trying to sniff out and use Skadoodle's AWP to see if he can catch anyone hiding at MBK or at Quad. And he could do, but Kenny isn't showing any of himself unless Skadoodle peeks him now.
He needs to look back to Quad boxes. He has no idea. He checks boost, but now the man is on the site. The timing, this is atrocious. There it is, the shot, and he doesn't get it. Ska counting on the man on site, not peeking him, will not be able to survive. Kenny S, Maniac cleaning up the remaining 2 frags, and that is the first map going to Titan, and a very solid bit of work there from them as well. Just dominant play, and we have to remind everybody that when it comes to the rounds, every round matters in the case of a tie in a round robin group like this, because it'll go head to head, but then it'll go to round difference, and so Titan needed a clean win. They needed just a dominant performance, and 16-6, that's perfectly fine.
Exactly, and Cash is a map, obviously, even back in Source, used to be played a lot more in NA than it used to be in Europe, and that's understandable as to why a lot of these players are more familiar with Cash and even in 1.6, but like you said, the main issue